overnight, 2 days ride. See what it's like. I think I've overpacked. I think I brought too much stuff. We'll see. Anyway, look at this. You can see down the toilet on there. Look at the tracks. Welcome to Portugal. First coffee today. It's taken me nearly 2 hours to get here. I'm overpacked. I brought that because I got the drone with me, and then obviously that's the sleeping bag. That's some clothes. So I see the way people can dump tents now, because I realise already you don't need it. That's why this is a dry run. So it'll be next time I'll do a tarp, but this time, like I say, it's a dry run. I got to carry it. I thought I'd bring a camera. I thought I'd bring. Oh, obrigado.
Bom proveito.
Obrigado. So some substance, and so yeah. Next time, no bag, and then whatever I can carry on the bike. That's it. Okay, finally some dirt, and I'm riding 1 hour 40 so far. And I've done, it's 28 degrees. Well, haven't done that many, 20k. It just took a long time to get around Lule, using Google Maps to find breakfast, which was a bad idea. So already climbed half a kilometre. Wow. Okay, settling in. Hola, buen día. Get up. Oh, say. Go on, see you later, buddy. First river crossing. It's more like it now, isn't it? So it's all this for, I think, 150 kilometres, something like that. There's the route. That's it, there's all my stuff. Look at it. Fucking, and the thing on my back. Way too much gear. Next time it'll be a lot less. No backpack for sure. But it's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, lad. And I am coming to a place called Salir. That's the next town. Should have already gone that way, come down this way. There's the bike, there's the laundrette. Wash it yourself, isn't that cool? And then you got like a tap system over here. Spring water. Water not controlled. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's go washing. 1st of May, I love the 1st of May. That doesn't work. It's a hot one. 33 degrees, 70k to go. I've climbed a kilometre. It's good. I'm on the road. It's a mixture of road like this, concrete road, and gravel. And then over there is the Algarve. Well, I'm in the Algarve, but the coast. So I'm probably parallel to Albufeira or somewhere like that now. Just went through Alt, bombed down to that waterfall, and I'm finding places that I would never find otherwise. And that's the whole thing about these things. It's just finding spots that you'd never find, but also finding bits in yourself that you're not going to find either. So my goal today is get to Silvage, find somewhere to camp, sleep the night. It's going to be warm, Hopefully it's going to be warm, because my sleeping bag is like not really a sleeping bag, it's more of a jacket. and then I'll bomb down to Algarve then in the morning as soon as the sun rises. So I'm going 50k tomorrow. I've already done, how many have I done today so far? I've done 50 in 4 hours. So a lot of fluting around, but the last, I have another say 40 to go, so I should be wrapped by about 6 o'clock. Give me loads of time for food and finding somewhere off the side to camp. I've always had this weird relationship with a bike. When I used to race, I hated riding the bike. I just wanted to win or get better. So every time I went out on the bike, it was always trying to improve on the last time, hammer myself more. And then when I stopped riding the bike, I didn't sit on it. And now I enjoy riding the bike, but only when it's dry, no wind and warm. Now, I've had this romantic view of going bike packing. You know, you get a bike, you throw some stuff on it, sleeping bag, tent, and you just go off and you ride and you sleep and you ride and you sleep. And I had this idea I'd ride from Porto, which is up the north of Portugal, down to here. And I kept saying, I'll do it when I get a gravel bike, I'll do it when I have the right gear. And it just never happened. So I just went with the stuff that I had. I was meant to have a sleeping bag today that I didn't have. I was meant to have new tires that didn't arrive, and I thought, fuck it, it's a full moon. There's no wind, it's hot, it's going to be warm tonight, I don't need much. And do a dummy run, see what it's like to do one. So I got the train to Lully this morning at like 6:15. Missed a stop, ended in Faro, had to come back again, and then took me nearly an hour 50 to get to the trail. And the trail's been magnificent. I mean, you find all these places that you wouldn't normally go to, which is great. The biggest problem is the dogs, but they just chase you. And normally if I get dogs on a trail, I'll turn back and go somewhere else, but I can't turn back because I'm going point to point. So I'm going to ride to Silvish, and I'm going to find a place to camp, and I'm going to stay out for the night, and then I'm going to ride back into Lagos in the morning. Now, what I've done is I've brought way too much stuff, and I realised that straight off the bat. Bringing a backpack is just a no-no. 1, your back sweats. 2, after an hour, your back hurts. So it's really kind of, this is a test run to do 1 night, 2 days, and see what. And I can understand why guys don't bring tents. They just bring like a bivvy or a tarp or something like that. I see James brings a hammock, which makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to have to look at everything that I'm going to sleep in. It's just going to be on the front of the bike, on the bars. Whereas I've got the front of the bike, the back of the bike, the haversack's got a sleeping bag in it. So I need to fix that up. I brought the drone, I brought too many cameras, I brought too many lenses. I was going to do like a time lapse of the stars, but it's a full moon, so there will be no stars. But it was good to just do 1 night, because if I'd gone and done a long one, well, then I would have been fooked. And then I fell down the rabbit hole the other night of looking at all these different trails. The one I'm on today was on Commute. Some guy had done from Spain to Sagres in 3 days. So I'm on that one on his second day. But that fucker was doing like 200k a day off-road, doing like 12, 15 hours. But he wasn't camping, he was staying in hotels, so he hadn't got much gear with him. He was on a gravel bike, he was going a lot quicker. So, but like everything, start small, think big, and then you get a reality check. So this is some lake, I don't know where it is, over the back of Mazinage. It's nearly full. There was meant to be a drought on, but this one's good and looks beautiful. I want to get in. It looks amazing. So I brought the drone. I'm gonna throw the fucking thing up. So this looks like the top of it. That's Portimao down there. Finish over. Right down to Sagres or Silvish. Sun's going down. I'm starting to get the knock. That's the road down. Cool, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm out of water. 1, 2, 3.
As you can see, I am not on the bike at the moment. Cheers. This is IPA, and it's a beer, but I don't know what sort of beer it is. It's real kind of flavoursome. It's kind of, Dara got me onto it. Dara's Connor's documentary maker. He's been making a documentary about Connor for Netflix for the last few years. Great guy. Get to travel with him a lot, get to hang out with him a lot, and he put me onto these. He likes a beverage, so I'm gonna have one of these. But as you can see, I'm not on the bike. So that was a couple of weeks ago, and I learned a lot. That was a test run to see, because I was going to do these long mammoth runs. I was going to do one from Porto down. I was going to do one from Lisbon down, and then I obviously went from Lille. But what happened was, one, I brought too much stuff. Two, it took a lot longer than I thought it would. Three, there's two ways of doing this. Make it fucking miserable or enjoy it. So I'm going to go with the latter. Enjoy it. Because I have a different relationship with the bike now. I want to enjoy it. So the route I followed was by a guy who had done that on his bike with a credit card, which means at the end of the day, he goes and gets an Airbnb or booking.com, and he has a bed, and he has a shower, and he has some food. And if I'm going to ride a bike for, because that was nearly 10 hours, it was getting dark. It was pretty much dark when I got into Silvish, and I ran out of water about an hour before that, and I was just full of foot. And I decided what I would do was, instead of throwing a tent down, I would get a campsite, but the campsite was closed. Then I pulled into Silvish, went into the garage, bought 3 drinks, sat down by the riverside, looked beautiful, and all of a sudden I just got eaten alive by mosquitoes. So I was like, fuck this. Had a pizza, worst pizza I ever had. I actually left half of it, and then I just rolled back into Lagos, the extra 40k in the dark on the road, and that was it. So I think to consider, if I'm going to be out on the bike for 8 hours and I'm going to do these overnighties, I'm going to stay in an accommodation. And if I want to camp out, I'll just go out and ride for 4 hours max, and then enjoy the process of being in the brae, having somewhere to sleep, in a tent with somebody, having fun, maybe a little bit of slackline, but of the purpose of less on the, about 50-50, bike and a bit of like the barbecue, make a fire, have a thing, all that. But I think in future, what I'm going to do is bring less gear, because if I'm not going to be camping, I don't need all that shit. Don't need a drone. I'll just go up some other time and bring the drone and get on with it, isn't it? Get on with it. So that was it. I just wanted to let you know that it's good to do these dry runs. I'm not used to bike packing. The next time I'm going to do it, I'm getting a gravel bike, and I think the gravel bike's you're going to cover a lot more ground. It takes a little bit more skill, slower on the descent, but you're not going to lose that much time, but much quicker. You're going to cover much more ground on the climbs and on the flats, which is more than. So all in all, I loved it. Great experience. Got to see places that I wouldn't normally see. Alt, amazing place. And it was basically just parallel to the Algarve coast, but just inland. Tomorrow I've got Phoenix for the day, so Phoenix is my son, he's 2 now, and he's a big ball of energy, and he's starting to kind of come into himself, he's starting to kind of interact, he's starting to kind of throw tantrums, he's starting to rob kids stuff, and I'm in the process of learning how to parent him, learning, and so I'm going to adopt the Montessori method of, and I've watched some videos on it there the last couple of days, and I implemented it, which was just giving him a heads up on what's happening, rather than just grabbing him, throwing him in the car, grabbing him, putting him here. I tell him beforehand, now, hey, listen, would you like me to help you into the car, instead of having to, I found what was happening was I was bribing him with a screen, and I really want to keep him away from screens, but I was bribing him with a screen to get him into the car, and that's just the wrong way to go. And when he does eventually have a meltdown, it's just talk to him like, I understand that you're having a bad time. I understand that you do, but things will be okay. And that's been working out a treat, rather than battling with him, which you can fall into very, very easily, into their rhythm, But it's just keeping it calm, smiley face, and we're good. So that's it. So that's my vlog. I haven't done one for a while. Not a vlog, but that's my little fucking adventure on the bike. Haven't done one for a while. Like I say, it's good hanging out with Phoenix. So what I do is, you know, it's a period in my life where it won't happen again. So I'm gonna capture that. And I never wanted to kind of put him out there really too much. But I think for me and for him to have it, that's what I'm gonna do. So tomorrow we'll have Phoenix. I'll bring the little Osmo action thing with me and stick it on his head. Let him run into bushes and lose it. Get the metal detector out and find it. So that's what we're going to do. So that's it. So all in all, it was a good little trip. Good little trip. So on the back of that, we are all one. Hare Krishna. Namaste.